So before you get into the first verse of this song, there's a 2-measure pickup. You're going to start on an F minor chord, A flat, C, F, A flat, B flat, A flat, B flat, C, D flat. And you're going to hold the D flat and then hit an E diminished in its root position. That's E, G, and a B flat combined together. And then you're going to hit a G and then hit an A minor in its root position. A, C, and E. And this is when you hit this A minor chord, you're in the first verse. So you're going to want to think of that being the end of your introduction. With what I just showed you, you're going to be playing B flat and then an A in the left hand. So putting those two parts together, this is the introduction or the 2-bar pickup to this song. That's the 2-bar pickup to this song. From there, once you're in the verse, remember that we start on the A minor chord. A, C, E, 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 B, C, B, A, D. Hit the A minor chord again. And then while that's holding, you're going to go up here and play an E minor chord. I'm going to scoot my camera over so you can see that. That's a B, E, and a G up there on the right hand. And then this is going to be right before like the main keyboard instrumental line. And then with all that I just showed you, your left hand is going to be staying on D. So putting those two parts together, this is the first, I guess you could call it, pre-instrumental line of your verse. That's the pre-instrumental part of your verse. Now this is when you get to the main instrumental keyboard lick of the verses. You're going to start on an A, and you're going to roll up A, B, C, D very, very quickly. And then go E, B. And it's important that you get this fingering down because otherwise you're not going to be able to reach this A up here, which is the next note. So when you do this part, make sure you roll up through these, pinky, thumb, and then go A, E. So you end on your index finger. Because otherwise, like let's say I just left my hand where it was. Well, see, now I'm on my ring finger right now, and the only finger I have to reach up to the A is the pinky, which is probably not going to make it. So just keep that in mind. And then this line is going to repeat with a slight alteration. This time you're going to start on the A, B, C sharp, D, E, D, G sharp, and then you're going to end on a B and an E together, so a B and an E. The second time through that instrumental line, it's going to switch up just a little bit. You're still going to start on the A. You're going to go A, B, C sharp, D, E, D, G sharp, and then this time you're going to end on an E and a B. So it's going to be... And with the first part of that little instrumental lick, you're going to be playing a D in the left hand, and then for the second part, you're going to be playing a G. Keep in mind that the left hand is a little bit higher than where it should be. I'm just showing you for the sake of seeing how the two hands work together. So putting those two parts together, you should get something like this for the main instrumental lick of your verse. That's the main instrumental lick of your verse. So before you get into the second half of your verse, Cal Tjader uses a really, really cool modulation to get from one key to the next. What he does is he starts here in the left hand with a C, and then he has an open fifth in the right hand, which is composed of a G and a C. Now this like lines up perfectly with the C down in the left hand, but what he does is he takes this open fifth and he just moves it up. So he's going to go G and C, A flat and D flat, A and D, E flat and B flat, B and E, and then he ends here. This is an F with a C minor in the right hand, C, E flat, and G. It's just a cool way of getting from one key to the next. This happens right after the main instrumental lick of the first half of your verse. That's the modulation from the first half of your verse to the second half. Then to start the second half of your verse, you're going to have 4 pretty low-key measures of F in the left hand with a C minor in the right hand. Remember, we ended here after that modulation. And what you're going to do is you're going to hit this chord with that in the left hand. You're going to hit the C again. From there, you're going to go to an E flat major in its first inversion, G, B flat, and E flat, E flat, D, C, F, G. And then from there, you're going to play up through an A flat major 7th chord, A flat, C, E flat, G. And then right after that, you're going to get to a similar instrumental lick for the second half of your verse. Remember, the first one sounded like that. This one is also going to sound like that. But for now, let's worry about what's like leading up to it. So, and for that whole part, you're going to be playing F in the left hand. So putting the 2 parts together, you should get something like this. That's the low-key build-up to the instrumental lick in the second half of your verse. Now from there, remember we just played through the A-flat major 7th. From there, we're going to do a lick similar to the keyboard lick in the first half of the verse. You're going to start here on a C. You're going to play very, very quickly up through C, D, E flat, and F. G, F, C, G. Remember our little fingering technique. Remember that you bring your thumb up here so you can reach this high C right here. So, and then the good news is that lick doesn't repeat again, just because it's a little difficult to play. But you're gonna go G, F, C, and this time you're gonna be playing E and G in the right hand. Then you're gonna hit a B flat. With that, your left hand is going to be playing F and then B flat. So this is the instrumental lick to the second half of your verse, putting those 2 parts together. And then we have a very, very similar modulation. It's just in a different place. You're going to have E flat in the left hand, combined with B flat and E flat in the right hand. You're going to go to B and E. You're just moving that open 5th up. B flat and E flat, B and E, C and F, D flat and G flat, and then D and G. So this is your modulation. From there it's into your chorus. So this is the second, I guess, instrumental, or so this is the second instrumental hook in your verse. From there we go into the chorus. Now we're in the chorus. This is when the vocals are singing, "Wherever I go, you're the glow of temptation." You're going to start here on a B flat minor chord. You're going to hit that. You're going to hit B flat, D flat, E flat, F, D flat, F. That's an A minor, A, C, E, A, E, and that's an A flat minor chord, A flat, B, E flat. And with that, your left hand is going to be playing B flat, B flat, A, D flat. So putting those 2 parts together, this is the first little phrase in your chorus. And then while you're holding that chord, you're going to hit A flat and B. So for the second phrase in your chorus, you're going to start on an A flat minor in its root position, A flat, B, and E flat. Right after that, you're going to hit A flat, B, D flat, and then you're going to switch the inversion of the A flat minor chord up to its first inversion. This time it's B flat, E flat, and A flat. From there, you're going to go A flat, E flat, G minor first inversion, B flat, D, and G. B flat, D, and And then you're going to be playing a G flat minor in its root position. G flat, A, and D flat. With that, your left hand's going to be playing D flat, D flat, G flat, B. Putting those two parts together, you should get something like this for the second phrase in your chorus. That's the second phrase in your chorus. Now the third phrase in your chorus is going to start on a G flat minor, G flat, A, D flat. Right after that you're going to hit G flat, A, B, D flat, G flat, D flat. That's an F minor, F, A flat, C, F, C. That's an E minor in its root position, E, G, B. And then with that, your left hand is going to be playing B, B, B flat, A. Putting the two parts together, this is the third phrase in your chorus. And then leading into the fourth phrase, you're going to play A, B, C. That's the third phrase in your chorus. Now for the fourth phrase in your chorus, remember I showed you the lead into it is an A, B, and a C. That's the and you are right before the was or whatever it is that he says. And this chord is really, really cool. It's going to be, that's an E flat augmented with a B down here in the root, and you're going to be playing F with that. So this is the end of your chorus, and then you just hold that chord out. That's the fourth phrase in your chorus. Putting together all of those phrases that I just showed you, you should get something like this for your chorus. That's the chorus to this song. From there, you're going to play back through the first part of your verse. Remember, you're going to play your introduction. You're going to play the first half of your verse. You're going to play through the first modulation, remember. You're going to get to here. You're going to be playing along. You're going to hit this chord like you did before. And then right here is where things change the second time through the verse. Instead of playing like you did before, this time you're going to play E flat. That's a quick run through those four notes: D, E flat, D, C, B flat, A flat, and then from there you're going to hit an E minor in its root position. And with that you're going to be playing a D flat in the left hand. For the rest of it's an F. Once you hit this E minor though, you switch to D flat in the left hand. This is how the verse is different the second time through right before you get to your outro. So with that in mind, you should get something like this for the end of your second verse. That's the end of your second verse. Now you're going to want to think of the outro to this song as having 3 segments to it. Each segment has its own little keyboard lick followed by a chord that hits right after. So for the first section of your outro, let's say, the keyboard lick is going to go as follows. You're going to go G, F, E, G, F, E very quickly, F, B flat, B flat, A flat, B flat. And then the chords you're going to hit, that's a B flat augmented. It's a combination of the root inversion and the first inversion, and you're going to be playing G in the left hand. Keep in mind that I'm showing you the left hand an octave higher than where it should be. You're going to want to push it 12 half steps that way to keep it sounding like more full, I guess. But yeah, this is the first section of your outro. That's the first section of your outro. Then for the second segment of your outro, you're going to start here on an F. You're You're going to roll up very quickly through F, G, A flat, and B. Flat, excuse me. A flat, G, F. You're going to do that 3 times. That's G, A flat, G, F. And then you're going to go A flat, C, D flat, E flat, E flat, D flat, E flat. So once through, the keyboard lick for the second half of your outro, or the second segment of your outro, excuse me, should go something like this. And the chord that you're going to hit, that's a B flat diminished with an added sixth composed of D flat, E, G, and B flat, and you're going to hit a C in the left hand with that. That's the second segment of your outro. Now for the last outro segment, your keyboard solo is going to start here on a B flat. You're going to go B flat, C, D flat, E flat very, very quickly. D flat, C, B flat. Then you're going to play this 3 times, C, D flat, C, B flat. So 3 times is, from there it's D flat, E flat, G, G flat, F, E, and you roll through the F. You don't so much hit it as you use it as a rolling note. From there it's B, D, and then you roll through from an E flat to an E. And then the chord that you hit after all that is a C minor in its first inversion with an F in the left hand. And when I play this at the end of the video, you're going to notice that I play a couple different inversions of the C minor chord. They're all the same notes, it's just I'm moving the inversion up the keyboard. So I could play first inversion, the second inversion, root inversion, etc., just to give it a little more full sound and a feeling that the song's over. So at any rate, this is the final segment of your outro. That's the last segment of your outro. Putting all those segments together that we just learned, you should get something like this for the outro of your song. That's Invitation by Cal Tjader.